These are exciting times in the film photography community. We've seen the introduction of Acros 2 into the marketplace by Fuji, as well as the production of Kodak's Ektachrome 100 in both 120 and 4x5 formats. There's another project that has been in the works for several years and is finally in the hands of film shooters, P30. This is a box of Ferrania P30, and no, it is not an Italian supercar, but Ferrania is Italian, and they do have a passion for the color red, as evidenced by their website. Now, Ferrania P30 is a 35mm film that was just re-released by this Italian company, and it's an emulsion that they make independently. So no, there's no stamp on the inside of the box that says Ilford, or at least I do not believe so. We'll find out once I open up this box a little bit later. But before we do that, I would like to talk about a few things that are very important for you to know if you haven't gone ahead and looked at the PDF linked on the Ferrania website or looked at some of the promotional material that they have posted. Before you get started with shooting Ferrania P30, there are a few things that you should know about this particular film. And Ferrania has this information listed on their website, but I came across it and I had a feeling that there will definitely be some people who don't necessarily view this information on the site and might miss it when they're looking at YouTube reviews that don't necessarily cover it. So I'm going to be your source on this and break down some of the information that you definitely need to know. So first, you should definitely check out a video by Nico Photography Show. It is a recap of why this film is so important because of the history of Ferrania and what they've managed to accomplish with this Ferrania P30 film. Now, I should say this is not a sponsored video in any way. In fact, I reached out to Ferrania in order to get a press kit so that I could show you some of their copyrighted material from the website, but I have not yet received a response. I'm assuming that they're pretty busy with all of the Christmas shopping that is going on right now and the release of this film. So, number one, let's get started. Ferrania P30 comes in a canister that is not DX coated. So that means that if you're using a point and shoot camera or some sort of automated camera that does not allow you to change the ISO manually, well then you are sort of out of luck because there's no DX coating, so the film canister cannot communicate with the camera. And in this case, Ferrania is a unique film in the sense that it's not a standard ISO, as if there is a standard ISO, but it is not ISO 100, 400, 1600, or even 3200. It's actually a very slow speed film. It is ISO 80, and that is point number 2. So be aware that on Ferrania's website, they've actually stated that they recommend that you shoot this film at the box speed of ISO 80, and if you do make any adjustments, just do plus or minus around that ISO rather than pushing or pulling the film. That's their recommendation for the very best results from this emulsion. Point number 3 stems from point number 2, which was the observation that Ferrania P30 is a low ISO film. Now, I've noticed, and I don't know if this is a direct causal relationship, but films that are black and white and below speed 100 tend to have added contrast, which makes up, or I should say, which goes along with that lower grain. So there are some ADOX films, for example, that are very low ISO, but you get a very strong contrast from that film. And it looks to me, based on the sample images that I've seen online, on Instagram, and on some assorted web pages, that Ferrania P30 is definitely a contrasty film. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't take a great portrait or a landscape photo or a product photo even with Ferrania P30, but it does mean that you need to factor that in whenever you're going to be taking pictures. So I personally, I'm going to be looking for scenes that can be maximized with that high contrast feel. Number 4 is an interesting point. So Ferrania believes that the very best way to get the ideal result from this film is to use manual inversion. So take something like a Patterson tank and invert and develop that way versus the other process that they've listed, which is rotary development. So I'm imagining that's something like using a Jobo unit or even the Bees processor, which I personally use, that allows you to stick the tank on top and simply press a button and have it rotate for the full length of your film's development. Now, they also make some guidelines for lab processing as well. And it's worth noting that they don't have directions for every developer out there. So for example, for DDX, which is an Ilford developer, very fine grain, they have instructions for rotary processing, but they do not have instructions for manual inversion. And it's the same thing for other films or vice versa for other films. Now, with the lab processing, that's another thing to factor in, because if you send this film off to a lab, they recommend that you also send the PDF, which is available on their website. Now, by the way, there are a ton of links in my description. You should check them out because I will be leaving a link directly to that PDF on Ferrania's website. Unfortunately, I couldn't link it directly in this video or present it in this video because, again, I need that copyright permission in order to post such things in a video which has affiliate links. So if you do not have a rotary processor, or you simply just want to get the exact look and feel that Ferrania intended for this film, then maybe consider heading on over to adorama.com using my affiliate link and getting yourself a new Patterson tank or some sort of manual inversion tank. As an affiliate of adorama.com, I will earn a commission at no additional cost to you, and it's an easy way for you to support this channel. I gotta say, I feel like that was a very smooth way to throw in some advertising, right? Those were the main things that I wanted to convey to you about shooting Ferrania P30 for the first time. So keep in mind that the canisters are not DX coded, so you'll need to be able to adjust your ISO manually to ISO 80, which is a slower speed, which means less grain. However, you're going to have greater contrast than you might expect with another film like HP5 from Ilford, for example. And also, remember to try hand processing this film if you want the very best results, at least in Ferrania's eyes. That's what they recommend over rotary processing. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that you found this informative and you enjoy shooting Ferrania P30 for the very first time. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I'm actually signing up for a new class on Skillshare.com with Andre Wagner. He's a street photographer in New York. He's been making some excellent content. He recently shot the campaign for the new film Queen and Slim, I believe. I have to go see that in theaters. So if you'd like to sign up for Skillshare and take that course along with me, I'll be doing live sessions about each class. And you can sign up using my affiliate link and get 2 months free at no cost to you and with no strings attached. All you have to do is use my affiliate link and I will earn as an affiliate at no additional cost to you. So throwing one more plug in there, guys. All right, have a good one.